Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2019 Coleman Lantern 202RD. This is kind of a middle-of-the-road travel trailer as far as size. It's not too short, not too big. You don't have to worry about any slide-outs. So the nice thing about that is you have open space, which means it's easy to access the bathroom. You can also access the fridge while you're traveling if you need to pull over and stop. Plus, this is great for the couple that want to entertain guests, as in the back, you have the dinette, and directly across from that is a Jackknife Sofa, so that way everyone can be in on the conversation. For kitchen space, you'll see they give you full-size appliances here. By that, I mean you have the double bowl instead of a single bowl sink, and then you also get the 3-burner cooktop with the front one being high output. For the faucet, you have a high-rise faucet. This makes it a little bit easier to wash and rinse dishes there. And you have 2 electrical outlets on either side to be able to plug in, coffee maker, blender, whatever else you may need to plug in here in the kitchen, as well as dual USB ports. Along the back, new for 2019, you kind of have like this gray, almost subway tile look. It's something a little bit different. I like it. It is just a wallboard. It's not, of course, any actual tile, but it does give it that extra pop and flair here in the kitchen. And then naturally, you have a window right behind the sink, as well as a LED light up above. Speaking of up top, you have storage going all the way across here. Open that up for you. You can take a look. That is one big storage section. So, if you do have some larger items, you can put them up there. But in my opinion, it's a great spot for a lot of, your plates, cups, bowls, things like that. If we drop down below, this top drawer right here is a little bit shorter. I like the fact that we went with a drawer instead of just a drop-down like soap or sponge holder. I think this is a lot better for me. I'd use this as a catch-all drawer for pens, keys, things like that. Then the 2 right below that are your normal size drawers, so you can fit in all your flatware, larger utensils, knives, spatulas, things of that nature. You have a shelf right there. The top one, you can fit in some pots and pans. You do have the P-trap there to contend with a little bit. Tiny bit of storage down below as well, but, again, you do have some storage there. Then underneath that 3-burner cooktop is a microwave with your direct vent furnace underneath that. As we take a step back here, we get into the main living area / dining area. You'll see you have the dinette right off here to the side, and as I mentioned, across from that is your sofa. The thing I like about this arrangement is that you still have a campsite dinette. And the reason I enjoy that is because as you're sitting here having your morning breakfast, maybe enjoying a cup of coffee, you get to look out to your campsite instead of out at your neighbor's. Now, it is a little bit further back in the RV, but again, you still have a pretty decent view. And I would much rather this than, have it flip-flopped. Also, this does drop down into a bed if you need the additional sleeping space. Your friends are over and they want to stay the night. If you want them to, you can accommodate them as well. You'll just simply remove these legs here from the flange and the floor as well as the table. The leg itself will sit along these rails you have on both sides. Take these back cushions, throw them on top. That will create your bed. It's about 6 foot long, so if your friends are taller than that, they'll probably have to curl up a little bit. But if they're 6 foot, as I said, they'll basically be able to max that out but still sleep here. Right up top is a little bit more storage. Open that up for you so you can take a look. You have the LED light right underneath there. You also have an electrical outlet underneath the table in case you need to plug anything in. Speaking of plugging things in, some electronics. If you want a TV, this is where it'll go. They have a backer in the wall for you. You can see you can take these RCA cables and plug that in the back of the TV as well. Your Multimedia Center is right here. This one is Bluetooth capable. Controls the speakers in here as well as the ones outside. And then your TV boosters right up top there, as well as your electrical outlet for your TV. Now, if we take a look across the way, as I mentioned, this is the Jackknife Sofa. The cool thing about the Jackknife, of course, is the storage you get underneath. You'll see right over here, you get some of that storage. Now, some of this is taken up by appliances, but again, at least you get this section right here. This does drop down into a bed. This one's a little bit shorter. This is about 5.5 foot length, so again, if you have any adults, they'll definitely have to curl up here, but a great extra spot for any kids, grandkids, things like that. These armrests do fold away, so that way if someone's sleeping here, you're able to utilize that space. And you have the drop-down center armrest with cup holders there as well. So if it's just 2 people sitting here, it's a little bit more of a theater seating feel rather than, again, just being a sofa. So especially if you have a TV hooked up in here, it's probably where you'll be spending a lot of your time. You'll see the window along the back as well as the window here too, so this rear section does let in a ton of natural light. LED light here at night, another electrical outlet in the back, so if you need to plug anything in while you're here, capability to do that too. And then as you would expect, storage across the top there. Moving back forward a little bit here, you do have some storage above the fridge. Open up that fridge freezer for you, nor cold fridge freezer combo. This one does run off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. And right next to it, take a look at that. They were able to fit a pantry in here, which is fantastic. Plenty of extra storage for your food items. Down below that fridge, folks, right down there is your fuse panel as well as your breaker box. Up on the ceiling, there's a vent right here by the kitchen in case you need to vent out the fumes. You also have an AC right here. The controls for that are mounted on the AC unit itself. For heat, the thermostat will be located right here outside the bathroom. And then down below is your propane leak detector. If we take a look in the bathroom, right down here is the foot flush lever toilet. You know what, I'll come in here just to kind of show you an idea of space. So when I sit down here, you can see I have plenty of leg room. As far as shoulders, I'm pretty wide in the shoulders with the door closed. It is a little bit of a tight squeeze, but because they cut this out right here, I am able to kind of, fit somewhat comfortably. And I can make it happen. Not the biggest bathroom in the world, but enough to make do. Right over to this side, you have some extra storage. So if you want to, you can either put toilet paper there, or maybe some spray, or, if you want some reading material, it's a decent spot for it too. And then P-trap access as well as additional storage underneath the sink. Some countertop space off to the side. You have the electrical outlet there and then a mirror up above. Over to the side here is the tub shower. I will stand in here just to give you an idea. So I'm 6 foot. As you can see, I can fight with the curtain, but other than that, I do have enough space here to be able to stand comfortably. If you're much taller, if you're 6'1", 6'2", you probably are going to have to bend down a little bit. But as far as being 6 foot, it is manageable in here. The hand wand there as well. And because you have the tub, the shower curtain is more likely to stay in there because you have the higher threshold on the tub than you do on your normal shower. Coming out of there, up front, you have the RV Queen right here. This one is 6 foot long by about 60 inches wide. And then if we lift this up, you'll see you have storage right underneath there. So if you need to access anything underneath, you have some bigger items you need to store, that is a good place for them. Both sides of the bed have mirrored wardrobe. You can see you have the hanging rod going across right there, shelf across the middle. And then both sides also have nightstands. You have a cubby hole underneath those. Both sides will also have your electrical outlets and dual USB ports. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Coleman Lantern 202 RD. Right up front here are your two 20-pound propane tanks. Directly behind that are rails for your battery. Coming up the front here as well is the diamond etched plating, which will help protect the front end from some of the rocks and debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. You'll notice on the front here, this one has a sticker showing this has a 3-year structural warranty. That is currently one of the best in the industry, so you can feel good when purchasing this product, knowing the manufacturer is going to stand behind it. Right over here on this side is solar prep. So if you want solar, simply buy the portable panels, plug it in right there. Those portable panels usually have a controller built in, so it's literally plug and play, and it will start to trickle charge your battery. Coming around right to the front here, if we open that up, you'll see your pass-through storage. It is nice and open. The thing I love about the Coleman Lanterns, folks, is that you have the same size opening here, storage door, on the camp side as you do on the off-door side. So no matter what you're putting in here, you can access it from either side. And again, they are large openings. So if you have some larger items like your executive chairs, grills, things like that, they will generally fit in there quite easily. Power awning on here, touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. Folks, power awnings are fantastic. You don't have to worry about having two people fighting with them again. It is just a flip of a button. Getting into the camper is easy as well. You'll see you have the grab handle right here, 2 foldable steps to climb on up in there. And then you'll see your electrical outlet right outside the door in case you need to plug anything in while you are outside. This little sticker right here shows that this one does have the WineGuard Connect 2.0 system. If you choose to have that installed, it can work as both a Wi-Fi extender to help you get Wi-Fi at the campground, or you can use a mini SIM chip. You can put that in there so you can get cellular service through either AT&T or Verizon right on your camper, so you have that cellular service while you travel. Right up top there, you'll see the 2 outside speakers, so that way if you want to listen to some music outside, you can do that. Again, those are tied into that Multimedia Center that I had showed you inside. Furnace right here. When we were inside and I showed you underneath the sink, and I said, there was appliance there. That's where your furnace was at, just to kind of show you that, that they are utilizing all the space in here. That's why I didn't get quite as much storage space underneath the counter there. Right here in the back is your bumper. That one does have end caps, so it gives you a spot and where you can store your sewer hose. And then right up top center is backup camera prep. So if you want backup camera, having the prep there makes it easier to install, meaning it'll save you money on labor. Coming around the corner, cable inlet will be located right back here. Water heater there, freshwater connection, so if you plan on doing some boondocking where you don't have city water, you want to make sure you fill your freshwater tanks, that's where you'll do it at. City water inlet right next door to that. 30 amp power cord is tucked away right here. Moving up a little bit further, your outside shower with both hot and cold water access is located here, and directly underneath that is your termination with both your gray and black tank valves. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2019 Coleman Lantern 202 RD. If you're interested in this travel trailer and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.